Please subscribe, like, and share. It really helps us out. And of course, if you have any questions, comment below and we will answer you as soon as we can.
Is economics a science? Officially, economics is a social science. Economists distinguish between two types of statement. Firstly, what is? These are positive statements. And what ought to be? These are normative statements. A positive statement can be tested by checking it against facts. A normative statement cannot be tested. Here's an example of a positive economic statement: government-provided healthcare increases public expenditures. This statement is fact-based and has no value judgment attached to it. Its validity can be proven, or disproven, by studying healthcare spending where governments provide healthcare. An example of a normative economic statement is, the government should provide basic healthcare to all citizens. As you can deduce from this statement, it is value-based, rooted in personal perspective, and satisfies the requirement of what should be. The task of economic science is to discover positive statements that are consistent with what we observe in the world and that enable us to understand how the economic world works. This task is large and breaks into 3 steps. 1. Observation and measurement. 2. Model building. And lastly, testing the models.
How do economists do observation and measurement? Economists observe and measure economic activity, keeping track of such things as quantities of resources, wages and work hours, prices and quantities of goods and services produced, taxes and government spending, quantities of goods and services bought from and sold to other countries. Next, using the data, we set about building models. An economic model is a description of some aspect of the economic world that includes only those features of the world that are needed for the purpose at hand. Then we set about testing the models. An economic theory is a generalization that summarizes what we think we understand about the economic choices that people make, and the performance of industries and entire economies. We develop theories by testing models. A theory is a bridge between a model and reality. It is a proposition about whether a certain model works.
There are some obstacles and pitfalls in economics when we are doing our observations and making our models. Economists cannot easily do experiments. Plunging half the world into an economic crisis to test a hypothesis is generally frowned upon. Also, most economic behaviors have many simultaneous causes. To isolate the effect of interest, economists use the logical device called Ceteris paribus, or other things being equal. Economists try to isolate cause and effect relationship by changing only one variable at a time, holding all other relevant factors unchanged. 2 common fallacies that economists try to avoid are: the fallacy of composition, which is the false statement that what is true for the parts is true for the whole, or that what is true for the whole is true for the parts. The post-hoc fallacy, from the Latin phrase post hoc, ergo propter hoc, means after this, therefore because of this, which is the error of reasoning that a first event causes a second event because the first occurs before the second. Economists are often accused of contradicting each other, as epitomized in the often quoted joke about economists. If you laid all the economists in the world end to end, they still wouldn't reach a conclusion. In contrast to the popular image, economists find much common ground on a wide range of issues.
Thank you for watching our video. Please like, subscribe and share. And comment below so we can clarify things for you.